The first step in the sales process is to run a credit check on the customer. First thing that you'll need to do is make sure that the customer's first and last name is correct, and then also add any additional details that are missing. With the introduction of FlexPay 2.0, we've added additional fields to the customer credit check screen. The last four of the social security number, the annual household income. Those fields are not required, but do help get a solid score on the pre-screen for that customer. The customer's birthday, if it is available inside of StreetGenie, will auto-populate. If not, you will need to ask the customer for their birthday. The last field that needs to be provided prior to running a pre-screen would be the contract language of that customer. For the case of this example, we've selected English. Once the pre-screen has returned, it will show a passing score next to the customer's name or another status such as a no-hit or fail. Below, you can see that we've returned an estimated APR for this customer, a credit limit, and then also the preliminary financing partner. In this case, this customer was approved for Citizens with a credit limit of $4,000. That credit limit is going to tell you as the sales rep how high that customer can go on a package before they need to pay an additional amount upfront. The next menu item in the sales process is the emergency contacts and password screen. This password that the customer will provide is their verbal password for their system, and then the emergency contacts that they want listed on the account. The first emergency contact will always default to be the primary that was run on the pre-screen, and the second emergency contact can be anyone in that household or anyone that that customer determines they would like on their account. You have to go through and select the emergency contacts first, last name, the contact method, whether it's home, work, or cell, and then enter a phone number there. The secondary emergency contact will also ask you to provide the relationship to the primary contact on the account. The next step in our sales process is to build a package for this customer. There are 4 options of packages. The first is our smart home package, which is going to include all of our automation equipment. The second is going to be our smart security package, which includes all of our security equipment. Then we're going to see the CarGuard standalone package, which is just CarGuard for a customer. And then we're also going to see now the new option of DIY, which is our Smart Start package. You can see on each package, with the exception of CarGuard and Smart Start, we have an adjustment on an agreement length. We can do either a 60-month agreement or a 42-month agreement. You'll also see on the Smart Home and Smart Security packages, we're able to discount the RMR by up to $5 or up to $9 in $1 increments. You'll see on the Smart Home package, we have 2 different starter kits available. The first is just the Vivint Starter Kit, which is for a customer that has no existing equipment in the house. The second is the Vivint Takeover Kit, which will be for any customer that has had a previous security system in their home. You'll select either the starter kit or the takeover kit and then proceed to build your package. You'll see every time we add an equipment item, the overall upfront cost, package cost, and monthly cost will adjust depending on what is added. Down here at the bottom of the package screen, you'll see we have a couple of different options for you as a sales rep. There's an installation fee here that you can either finance for the customer or charge upfront. The installation fee levels range from anywhere from $199 down to $0. If you click on the dynamic install fee that is in orange, you can adjust that amount. There's also a down payment amount on the package. This will be any amount that the customer is willing to pay upfront as a down payment towards their system. The next item is going to be a smart home discount, which is you giving the customer a discount as the sales rep. That is deducted dollar for dollar from your commissions on the account. Once we've built the package for the customer, we'll save it and proceed to the summary screen where we'll give the customer an overall view of everything that we've added to their package and what they will pay monthly versus what they are going to finance. The summary screen is the screen we'll display to the customer to show them all of the equipment that we've added into their package, their taxes that they'll pay, any upfront installation fees, discounts, down payments, or total upfront cost. The screen will also display for the customer their estimated APR with the financing partner and the credit limit that they have available. You can see if I scroll down on this screen, it's also going to show the customer what they're paying monthly. So they'll pay a Vivint service fee, CarGuard, and then any additional video service fees for our cameras. There's also a toggle at the top of this screen as you are walking through this with the customer. If the package is toggled to upfront, you'll see the financing details disappear, such as the APR and the credit limit, as well as the equipment and taxes added as the total upfront cost. The total monthly service cost below remains unchanged. The next tab in our sales process is the payment info tab. This is where you as the sales rep can attach your card reader and slide the customer's card as a form of payment. This is not required at this stage as the payment will be asked again in the agreement, but if you would like to enter it here, it does make adding it to the agreement a little bit easier. Once we've shown the customer the summary screen, the next step in the process is to get them to sign the agreements. If you didn't enter the customer's email on the initial pre-screen or credit check screen, StreetGenie will prompt you for that here so that we can send a copy of their agreements to them after they've been signed. The first agreement that the customer will have to sign is an e-sign consent form. This is the customer agreeing that they will sign all of their documents electronically and receive a copy of them after they've signed. The next document they'll have to sign is their purchase and services agreement. This details the total equipment cost that we saw on the summary screen, as well as their monthly total that they will pay to Vivint and to any financing partner. After the PSA has been signed, the next step is the financing application. This will confirm the customer's information that has been previously entered on the customer and credit check screen. Again, if the email and phone number were already entered on the customer credit check screen, they will just display here for you. The customer will just simply need to click Next. This screen will also pull the date of birth from the previous screen of customer and credit check, but the customer will have to enter their social security number and then verify it on this screen. The next screen will ask the customer for their annual household income, and then we'll proceed to the payment information for this customer. If you previously entered the payment information on the payment info screen on the menu item in StreetGenie, all you need to do on this page is check for existing payment method, and StreetGenie will pull the previous payment method and attach it to the financing application. If you've not already entered a payment method for this customer, you'll click Open Secure Payment Entry, which will allow you to attach your card reader and slide your card, or add an additional form of payment for this customer. Once you've entered payment information for this customer, we're going to move to the terms and conditions screen for the financing partner. Each of the links on this screen that are orange are clickable and require the customer to click on them before the checkmark can be completed. This verifies to the financing partner that the customer has read through the disclosures on this page and agreed to the terms and conditions. Once the customer has read through each disclosure and the checkmark has been placed next to each one, the signature field becomes dynamic and is available for signature. Once the financing application has been completed, the customer will receive a follow-up from the financing partner, either approving them or declining them. In the case of this example, the customer was approved for Citizens One Finance, which then proceeds to the LifeLock page of the application. LifeLock is an identity theft protection service that is giving 1 year free to all of our customers. If the customer chooses to opt in, they will just simply click yes on this screen, read through the terms and conditions for LifeLock, and then submit. From that point forward, LifeLock will contact the customer with any additional details of their service agreement. Once the LifeLock application piece has been submitted, it will return a screen to the customer asking them to return the device to you as the sales rep. Once the application and documents are completed, the agreement section on the left side menu will refresh, and you'll receive this pop-up asking you to leave the NOC with the customer. At this point, you can proceed to the pre-install survey. The rep pre-install survey is here in StreetGenie. There'll be a couple of questions that you will need to go through as the rep, noting whether or not the customer is active military or they've had an existing system in their home. Once you submit the rep pre-install survey, the customer pre-install survey menu item will become available. Please make sure that you have the digital survey application downloaded on your device and you're logged in to launch this feature. If you do not have this application downloaded on your device, you'll have to call into account creation to complete the customer pre-install survey. Once the surveys are completed, you can then dispatch your technician. You'll see on the dispatch technician menu item, you can select the INV office of your technician and then request an appointment time. StreetGenie will always dispatch to the current date and time, but you can also select that date and click either today, tomorrow, or another date and select a time. You can also leave notes for your technician on this customer that they can see prior to install. Once you've dispatched your technician, the sale is complete. You'll receive an alert from TechGenie telling you how many accounts are waiting in queue for your office, how many technicians are available, and the time window for which they will arrive.